Alright guys, we're naming trolls on the internet today. Welcome to an exciting edition of the show. See, trolls have a weird habit of picking on others. Maybe when they're down, maybe they think they're, better looking or something. I have no idea. Trolls are the most hideous people. So if you got 5 or 10 minutes, come by, stop by, have a listen. Maybe make a cup of tea, cup of coffee, and let's sit back. You can name a troll. I mean, we can verify if it's true. It's very easy to see if someone's a troll, right? We can go to that channel and check them, right? That's what we do. We check them. And if the channel's full of hate, and it's easy to sniff out a hate-filled channel, right? Now, if you're talking about a specific person every single day, then you might have like a narrative, right? You might be like, oh, this channel specifically designed to throw hate against this man, right? And then you look at who the opposition is, and are they possibly funding this hatred? And you quickly say most of the time, yes. So we look at life, we look at scenarios, they call it, now what I just said, they call that, does anyone in chat know what they call that? A proxy war. A war that is fed or fought through another entity, through another country, through another person. So there are people all over the world who do this. Do you know the type? Yes, the 3-letter, maybe any ABC agency. This is true. This is what they are notorious for doing. And they're always notorious for even 10 times saying, oh, none of that is true. None of that is true. It's a conspiracy. Anybody who says those types of things is paid by those agencies in some way, shape, or form. So these people are on the highest level working with other people on the internet now to bring down channels and decimate them, all right? This is a wonderful world we live in right now. But if you go to a hate-filled channel, then you are not wonderful. Does that make sense? So we like to play video games here. We like to do DIY projects, and we like to go for rips. We like to go for drives, nature walks, things like that. If you like this kind of stuff, then you're welcome here, right? But anybody who's a troll, I make sure that I out you, ban you, and I say you're not welcome. You're not allowed. It's always been like that since almost day one of me understanding what a troll was, which wasn't day one on the show, unfortunately. It took about a year. And I also had a lot of people, 99% of people love me. I think after the first year, one person chose to try and start this thing against me, right? Like, holy crow, so pathetic. Look at them now, like living in a truck, right? Dude lives in his vehicle and cries every night on live stream, begging for money for Monster drinks. Like, that was my troll, right? So you see the lifestyles and the soul these people have, right? Pathetic. Pathetic. But yeah, I've been here a long time. My character, my demeanor has never wavered from anything less than a man, than a boss. So try to keep that in mind as you watch the show, alright? If you don't leave your house, you are probably a troll. It's not like 100%, but if you're on the internet right now and you know about YouTube live streams and that, and any other kind of live stream, and you don't leave your house, you are probably a troll. Because I've seen the characteristics that all of these other trolls possess. You can go watch 482,000 different videos all these trolls have made. They're sitting in the dark in front of a computer on like a potato webcam, I call it. They've wedged a potato through the webcam so you can't tell what you're looking at. But there's a facsimile of a silhouette there that might be a thing, right? But this is the life of a troll. Remember that. Trolls do not want to be seen, so you get very few opportunities to take a good picture of a troll. You know what I mean? So, if you get one, you get one. If you're lucky enough to capture a picture of a troll on the internet, whoo, you got gold, bruh. But see, this will prevent trolls from being as evil as they are, right? Hi. Stuff like this is going to prevent trolls from being able to operate in the daytime. And England, New York, Canada, all of these places have strict laws governing this, actually, especially England and Canada and America. North America has, and England's laws are some of the strictest for the internet, actually, in the world. I think the only place that would be worse is like if you can get on the internet in Dubai. Their internet, and China, of course, has very strict, but we're talking about places like that actually you can do a bunch of things and then get caught. China, they'll just get you. One time you do one thing that's even remotely, they'll get you, right? But you have chances here, right? But more times you prove that you break these, the more it builds up against you. In those three nations I just said, Canada, America, and the UK. Europe, actually. Europe has very strict. Some countries, it depends the way you go at them, right? If it's an international or if it's inside of that jurisdiction of, like, I don't want to get too deep, but there's people in England that will go to jail for what they've done on the internet. 100% it's already happening. So if you get a call or you get a knock on your door, just remember, you're a troll on the highest level and you need to be removed from the internet. Welcome to the new world. This is a real world happening right now. This isn't no more jokes. All jokes aside, trolling can be funny if it isn't detrimental, right? Detrimental to one's health, detrimental to one's livelihood. And then there's a few other things in between I'm not going to get to because I don't want trolls to know where they could possibly slip into. And how a troll could exist here isn't the way that you guys are trolling. So you guys are actually stalking. You guys are actually on a level that's actually highly illegal. Criminal charges are being laid against people in all three of those countries. I just said America, Canada, and the UK. We'll leave it there. But you guys are not safe. When you sign up to Google and you put a password in, you've locked it to a computer and if you've done it more than once on a computer with other passwords and emails, you're in a way more trouble than you understand. It means you could face psychological evaluation and far worse. What's up, Adnan? Hope you're having a good day. But the UK has very strict laws about stalking. And then if you were to be abusing a Canadian, it gets way worse for you. So you think I'm playing, but watch and see. And that goes for obviously America too. America already knows that there's been cases, go Google it. Trolls, go Google, like you guys Google so much, you know everything. You knew it before I said it. That's the epitome of a troll, is you're a know-it-all, right? You claim to know everything, you're better than everyone, right? You're sitting there in the dark with a fucking greasy $40 fucking rusted out ATV or whatever you got, and you sit there and claim you're a boss. You know what I mean? Go get a $40,000 sand crawler and then come, let's have a chat. You're not even in a kid's ballpark from where I'm from. If you have a monster truck worth $400K, then you're a man. Right now, you need a monster truck on YouTube worth 400K to hang out with me. And I don't like people with money, but my buddies have monster trucks worth $400,000. People are like, yo, I got a screw and a trike, bro. What year are they? 1940 and a 38. Oh, is it a Harley? No, it's a Suzuki. Yeah. Okay. You are a legend. A legend of the dumpsters. My buddy got his monster truck 10 years ago, 14 years ago. He has several very, very amazing vehicles that he built himself. So, or, parted. Like the frame and the chassis he bought and whatever else he added on everything. I'm not a mechanic. He is. Like most of my friends are grease monkeys. If they aren't, if they're not like onto, they're speaker guys. They run their own speakers and do their own thing, but they also are heavy machinery mechanics. Or that's how they got the monster trucks, bud. They make $600-800 an hour overtime, 1 hour up north. How much you make an hour? Oh, what? But yeah, I don't like money either. But yeah, these guys are just loaded, some of them. But I didn't get into the mechanic bit. I used to do a little bit of small engine stuff, but very small engine stuff. If that makes sense. But I don't really like it. Like I don't like talking about fucking carburetors, and I don't want to put fucking little. I don't have the right fingers and hands for carburetors and springs and stuff. I don't like intricacy. I don't like it at all. I don't mind slapping together something, but it can't be getting a bunch of little sprockets and little metal pieces flush and line them up. Fuck that. Give me a hammer. I want to put it on there and put some air in it. Let's go. Trolls are the people you're never gonna see on a live stream walking in the daytime. You know what I mean? You're never gonna go on someone's live stream and be like, "Yo, holy shit, you're that troll, and you're out in public, and you're laughing and chuckling with people as you walk around, and chicks are staring at you and whistling." Yeah, but fucking not a chance. Trolls are the biggest losers. Don't follow or act like a troll. You should be influenced by this channel. I am a boss. I am a legend. No, you can't be me, and you should stop trying. But at the same time, don't act like them just because it's easy. So let's say it's really hard for you to do what I get done in a day, whatever it is, however it is. You can't do this, you can't do that. Find something you are good at, right? Then come here and tell me about it. You don't have to be just like me and be like, I washed 40 buckets today and I did all this. Like, who cares about that? Just go do something, Maybe you walked 4 miles, I used to love counting like how many miles I could walk in a day or something like that. Like me and my buddies, we used to, at 4:20, we used to go walking for like 4 or 5 hours. Just like go camping and walk down a beach or something like that. Go to a lake and like kayak around the whole lake for 6 hours, 4 hours straight. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever done that? Like, I did that for years. I used to go canoeing when I was 10. When I was 6, I used to take my own canoe in my marsh, and I used to go canoeing by myself. Actually, I was younger than that. I don't know. I was 4 or 5. I used to slide the canoe out and go canoeing by myself in the marsh. I used to stare down into past the reeds, and I used to see fish and Frogs and turtles and snakes. It used to freak me out when I saw a snake in Kenora swimming in the water. I know all the trolls are like, you can't see snakes. There's no snakes in Kenora swimming. I'm like, yeah, what? Go check it out. And Google it. You'll see. I didn't know snakes could swim, right? It's crazy what you learn. Oh, snapping turtles. All kinds of different minnows and jackfish and pickerel and perch. But, I don't remember. Suckers. In Kenora, there's this fish called a sucker. And it has weird mouth and lips. It looks so weird. And it sounds even weirder, I'm telling you. Oh, it grosses me out just a bit. Oh. But yeah, oh, my skin's crawling. It's so gross. Yeah, that happened. There's other things too out there too, like clams, crayfish, all kinds of stuff in the water. What else did I used to catch? I used to catch more than that though, but I don't remember really right now. Salamanders and other things too. Like, and there's more. There used to be otters floating down the water with like clams on their belly in Kenora, like in Lake of the Woods. So when you know, you know. I've seen all kinds of red foxes and silver foxes and other stuff too. Tons of eagle. Oh, rattlesnakes, garter snakes, bullfrogs. Those are kind of creepy. But the rattlesnake, I only saw one. I only heard them a bunch of times where we lived, and then I saw one time, and I was so scared. Like I was with somebody else, and he's like, get back. And I was like, oh, so I got way back. Because I was going near the sound. Like a stupid. And I was young. I was only like 4 years old. 3 or 4 probably. But for some reason, I was like, I can remember really good. Not everything, but I can remember that. Really remember it. I was shit scared. My skin was crawling. Every time I got closer, you could hear it. And that rattle, it sends a vibration through my skin is crawling. Sends a vibration through the air, and it hits you, and it hits right, and it makes your hairs on the back of your ears stand straight out. And it kept getting louder, and the grass was tall, and then I could see this thing, and then I'm like, hey, look, there it is. And he's like, get back. I was like, holy. So I get way back, and I'm like, no, I want to see it. Oh, it's messed up. I was seeing all kinds of stuff underneath rocks. I don't even remember stuff. I used to freak myself out all the time. Oh man, but I couldn't stop looking. I had every rock. I was like, no, I gotta lift this rock. I was like, hey, my mom would take me places, and I'd be like, hey mom, they got a bunch of rocks in their front yard. And she's like, yeah, so we're going inside. There's chess, you can play video games, there's cake inside. I'm like, mom, there's fucking big rocks. Like, I want to see what's in the mud, mom. I want to see what's under that. Maybe night crawlers. Like, I was all into all kinds of stuff back in the day. I was always going fishing. I used to go fishing by myself, like, every day. I don't want to talk about that, though. I don't like fishing. Fishing is awful. I wouldn't recommend. There's so many things to do in this world. I used to go bike riding and bail on my bike down hills and stuff. Do jumps and bail. Holy man, I bailed so much. I had an actual yellow BMX, like the real deal silver BMX with the yellow things. I swear I saw a picture of it or something. Or someone had one for sale on Kijiji. I was just gonna buy it, but nah. I do want a BMX, but man, not that bad. I do want one pretty bad, actually. To be honest, I want a BMX pretty bad. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Peace. I'll see you.